Welcome back. The World Bank renewed its warnings of a large-scale famine hitting Yemen. Millions of people have been suffering nationwide. More on the story is within this report.
The head of the UN Food Agency is warning that 60 million people in Yemen are marching towards starvation and says food rations for millions in the war-torn nation will be cut in October unless new funding arrive. David Beasley said at a high-level meeting on Yemen's humanitarian crisis that the United States, Germany, United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia and other donors stepped up when the World Food Programme was running out of money early this year, and because of that, we averted famine and catastrophe. The World Food Programme is running out of money again, and without new funding, reduction will be made in rations for 3.2 million people in October and for 5 million by December, he said. But donors plucked less than half the amount, $1.7 billion, which the UN chief called disappointed. In the last 6 months, the total has grown to just over half the amount required. The Yemen director for Oxfam Charity, Mohsen Siddiqui, commented that donors who made plugged and expressed hope that funds will be quickly made available to aid organizations. World Food Programme, Mr. Beasley said, "We need to end this war, number one. And if donors are getting fatigue, we'll end the war." Henrietta Fore, head of the UN Children Agency UNICEF, warned that Yemeni children could face the risk of death due to the shortage of food.
We consider it the worst humanitarian crisis in the world today. 11 million children at risk. The problem is that the health system, the education system, the water and sanitation systems are all collapsing or have collapsed. So it's very difficult to get medicine.
On his part, Jens Lannersink, the EU Commissioner of the Crisis Management, called on the warning parties to grant unrestricted humanitarian access and allow food and fuel into the country, saying humanitarian needs are unprecedented and rising.
Is Yemen. Yemen is probably the worst humanitarian crisis that we have at the moment, with the largest number of people that are in need of humanitarian assistance, around 20 million people in Yemen alone. So, and at the same time, we have war. We have war, a very ugly war going on. So, yeah, there should be a way to protect non-combatants, to protect civilians, especially the vulnerable groups, and move them to a safer place, to move them outside the conflict zone.
The U.S. Secretary of State urged donors to fulfill their pledge as quickly as possible and urged other nations to help fill critical funding shortfalls. Despite a relentless air campaign and ground fighting, the war has destroyed largely into a settlement and swamped the world's worst humanitarian crisis. For how long will that continue? Nobody can really tell.